back a couple months ago, we had a tragic shooting and stuff like that in our community, right? And that was over here in my neighborhood. Every year they have a block party, right? And so during that time, it was 2 people got killed in that situation. So knowing that that was a negative, I want you guys maybe highlight about that and what about the situation, we can bring them up to speed, but also what do we learn and how are we moving forward, that situation won't happen again. So either one of y'all go ahead and share a little bit of insight about that.
Okay, so what we do know was that was a community block party that's been going on for a while. One thing about that one is when you have a party or a community block party here in the city of Rock Hill, you are supposed to put in for a permit. That was not done in that situation. So we did not have the proper notification or the proper preparedness for what was about to happen. Now that's not any bad on the people that put it on, because what happened was the people who did the incident weren't from here. They brought mess from another city to our city. The one good thing about our police department, they have arrested 4 individuals that caused that. Let me go back and say first, our condolences to those families. The one young lady that lost her life, who I understand was trying to make peace, had 3 children of her own, and that means somebody has lost their mother at a young age. It's a sad situation. And then there was a young man that lost his life, another sad situation. And then we had 2 other people that were hit by gunfire. And then there were other situations where many people were injured just trying to get away.
Hey, what up, everybody? Thank you for another edition of Be Great Podcast. Today I have a privilege and a pleasure to sit with 2 of the great Rock Hill greatest. One of my guy, Councilman Lindsay and Councilman Perry Sutton. And today we come to you with a special conversation because they are doing some phenomenal work in our community. So I want to jump right into some of the great things they have done, but also some of the things that we're talking about how it needs to help and prepare people who are in our community. So if you wouldn't mind, I'm start with the elder statesman. I call him Coach Perry, but y'all call him Councilman Perry. If you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself right quick to the people so they know who you are.
I'm Perry Sutton. I'm City Councilman representing Ward 5 for the City of Rock Hill.
Awesome. If you wouldn't mind, I call him Big D, but y'all better call him Councilman Lindsay. Go ahead and tell him.
And I'm Derrick Lindsay, a City Council representative from Ward 1.
Awesome. And these guys, like, if I can't say enough, they have really hit the ground doing some phenomenal work to really impact our community. If you wouldn't mind, just give them a quick what's going on and on your end and how you're impacting and helping change the area of Rock Hill.
Well, we're standing here at Armory Park. What's getting ready to happen here is this park's going to be revitalized. We had a $1 million grant that we received in the city through the TIF. Is adding another $1 million to it. Some of the things going to happen. This natural grass field is going to become turf field. We're going to add lights, all new park features, and we still have the monkey bars. It's the Indian and the cowboy that was here when I was here, and I'm 60 years old. So we're going to get rid of them. The basketball court is being redone and moved. So this time next year, probably about June of next year, this park will be phenomenal. It will be great, and there'll be an upgrade here. I'll let D talk about McGirt Auditorium.
Well, most of you all know about the Southside TIF. It was a city-only TIF, and it works. The TIF works, and because of the TIF, through the Southside TIF, we are able to do McGirt Auditorium. It started out as around 200,000 maybe. Initially, how much was it?
2.4 million.
It was 2.4 million. I cut it way short.
Yeah.
2.4 million, but right now we're at possibly, I think about 7 million that we're 7.5 million that we're putting into McGirt Auditorium. New sound system, state of the art, new seating, new stage, new curtains, ADA accessible restrooms out front. The lobby will be redone as well, and we will also have ADA accessible to get to the stage. And out in the front, you will get some of the Emmett Scott artifacts and things like that, paraphernalia that was with the historically black college here, or the first school here. So you'll get all of that in the lobby of the new auditorium.
And then next we'll have, we continue going because we're at Armory Park, and I'm sitting here looking at the storm drain. We got a grant. We got a $4 or $5 million grant to help with stormwater on the south side. It actually starts up at Walnut Street and it's going to go all the way down to Edgewood. We're standing in the middle of it now, which is at Armory Park, where it goes under Saluda Street. That's all being taken care of, and that money, that's something we worked hard to get, and so very proud that we have. The next thing we'll talk about is I'll send it to Dee to talk about the new regional park that's coming.
Wow. It's something that's that you all know about. It is great, but it's been in the works for about 4 years now. And it started with Nikita Jackson when she was on city council as well, and now it's actually coming to fruition. The regional park will be off of Heckle Boulevard, right behind the American Legion. In that park is 165 acres. It will also have 8 baseball fields and 6 football fields. The football fields will double down as lacrosse fields as well, and soccer fields. Mm-hmm. So we'll have everything in that park. And there's a meeting coming up, I think August 19th for the community input as to what you would like to see in that park. Some had said they want to see a basketball goal, but we have the Sports and Event Center that has 10 full court basketball goals. So we want to come with a different perspective as to what you want to see in this park, like splash pads. We can't put a pool in there, but we can do splash pads. We can do grilling stations, so you can actually go to the park and enjoy it. And we can also do walking trails, things like that. So definitely on August 19th, come and where's that going to be at?
It's going to be at someplace I'm not remembering.
I think it's going to be at the Sports and Event Center.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's right.
So definitely come up to the Sports and Event Center on August 19th to give your input as to what would you like to see in the regional park. And that park will extend all the way back downtown with the arcade parks as well. Mm-hmm. Those will be football fields there, and it'll extend downtown with the walking trail.
Also, next we'll talk about, still on the south side, is we've been trying to find housing and bringing more housing. So you're going to have Albright Commons East. It's going to happen. It's going to be between Southland Park and 72. You're going to have Albright Commons West, which is going to be on the other side behind the Walmart property. These will be houses. These will be condominiums and apartments and some regional retail in that area. Also in that area, while we're there, Edgewood apartments are being done right now. The road has already been cut all the way down to Roddy Park. That's some more housing that's coming in this area. I'll bring it back to Dee and let him talk about the upgrades to the Sports and Event Center.
Yes, thank you. We are working on an extension, not upgrades. Extension to the Sports and Event Center with 4 additional courts on the corner of White and Stewart. Those courts were 4 more full-court basketball goals, as well as those courts were double down as pickleball courts as well. And volleyball should be in there as well. So we're hoping to bring to the area more bigger tournaments like Adidas that's here now. We want to bring a bigger tournament there with Adidas and other tournaments, pickleball tournaments as well, and bigger volleyball tournaments. And that should break ground in 30 to 60 days.
Mr. Loney, back to you.
Well, man, I tell you, as you see, these guys been busy. They've been on it. They be on it. So I want to commend y'all for all the great work you guys have done. Been very visible in the community, helping in so many different capacities. But I want to talk about some of the things that have recently took place in our community. It has not been always on the up and up. One particular area I want to talk about is back a couple months ago, we had a tragic shooting and stuff like that in our community, right? And that was over here in my neighborhood. Every year they have a year block party, right? Mm-hmm. And so during that time, it was 2 people got killed in that situation. So knowing that that was a negative, I want you guys maybe highlight about that and what about the situation, people bring them up to speed, but also what do we learn and how are we moving forward that situation won't happen again. So either one of y'all go ahead and share a little bit of insight about that.
Okay, so what we do know was that was a community block party that's been going on for a while. One thing about that one is when you have a party or a community block party, here in the city of Rock Hill, you are supposed to put in for a permit. That was not done in that situation. So we did not have the proper notification or the proper preparedness for what was about to happen. Now that's not any bad on the people that put it on, because what happened was the people who did the incident weren't from here. They brought mess from another city to our city. The one good thing about our police department, they have arrested 4 individuals that caused that. Let me go back and say first, our condolences to those families. The one young lady that lost her life, who I understand was trying to make peace, had 3 children of her own, and that means somebody has lost their mother at a young age. It's a sad situation. And then there was a young man that lost his life. Another sad situation. And then we had 2 other people that were hit by gunfire. And then there were other situations where many people were injured just trying to get away. It's a sad situation and put us in a sad situation, because we've got to figure out a way now to keep our citizens safe. At no time do we want blood on our hands and saying that we didn't do everything we could do to protect our citizens. So we're right now, as you speak, are still trying to figure out how we can make this, take care of that problem. I just put it like that. And we're still going through some stuff on that. But rest assured, we're going to keep fighting and trying to find a way to make sure that our citizens are safe.
You know, we want to react, but we don't want to overreact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want to do something. We want to make the citizens feel safe. And I know the first thing everybody thought is we're going to cancel all the block parties, but you know, I'm not a fan for that. I like to keep the block parties. I meet people that I hadn't seen in 20 years, you know, that moved on and they come back to like College Down. I met a guy that I used to work with at Duke Power, and I hadn't seen him in 20 years. You know, he didn't know my mom had passed. So things like that. I like to continue to see the block parties, but it's proper protocol is in place, and we got to follow it. You know, and that's there for a reason. And I don't think we could get around it. We need to adhere to it, and so we can continue to have these block parties. But yeah, we definitely want to react, but not overreact.
Exactly.
Want to put some things in place to safeguard everybody.
Okay. Well, I want to respect you guys' time, because definitely, I know hands down, we've talked about it, sat down and talked about it, and if anybody has some suggestions or want to find out, you know, some more about it, is it a way that they can communicate with you or either the city? Is it a way they can contact somebody?
They can get in contact with us. Our numbers are posted on the website, and we, you know, we always take suggestions. We sit down and talk and listen to anybody.
Right.
We know that we don't have all the answers. We don't have all the solutions, and we are willing to listen to people. Most people know that we'll listen to you, and if yours is something that we can do something about, man, we're gonna jump on it. You know. I know you want to talk about a little bit about the storm that happened on.
Yes, that's exactly where we wanted to go with this, because back on April the 20th,
April 20th,
we had a major storm. I took it lightly. I was having to be in Charlotte at the time. My wife kept calling me, and I'm like, she look extra sometimes, so I took it lightly. Like, it really wasn't all that bad. But come to find out, it was a major disaster in our area, and primarily in our ward. A lot of houses. Actually, my house just got painted and got back up to par this week.
Oh, wow.
And so, but a lot of people still devastated and still have not got any results yet. So we want to kind of talk about the situation and this how, if any, that man, we want to. You can come this way. Okay. Anyway, we didn't want to block somebody coming. But anyway, we want to just kind of address the situation, because it may be some people who've still been devastated. And so I wanted to ask the councilmen to kind of share with individuals on how they can position themselves to win. So if you wouldn't mind, just give from your standpoint of some things that you are doing and know that can help people who may be still devastated, still been going through this situation.
Well, I'll say this first of all. It affected both of us because we both live in the area. You said your house is repaired. Mine hasn't even started over here. I lost 3 cars in the situation. My wife has another car, but I'm still riding around dented up. I had to take care of home first. But you know, that's life. You know, I try to tell people. I always say there's a light. I'm optimistic. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. It was devastating. That it was one of the worst storms that I'd seen. It messed with people physically, mentally. What was our new word we just had? Mental
hygiene.
It messed with their mental hygiene. But in the end of the day, and I tell people this, in the next couple of years, we're going to ride through the south side and we're going to see new roofs. You can see them now. You can see people in new cars. Yeah, you got new bills. And people telling me, there was like, Councilman, I didn't want to pay another car note. I said, I understand that, but you don't know if that car you was riding in was getting ready to kick off. Everything I look at that happens, I look at it as a blessing from up above. Right. And I look at this as a blessing. And, right now we can't see that. Some people's houses are repaired. Some are not. Some people who did not have insurance, we've been able to work with some of the local people to get some of them taken care of, and we're still working through that. We can't get everybody. It's going to take the community, just like the community came together at that time. And we said this before. We're so grateful that the community came together to help each other out.
We were able to do some things with some of the people that didn't have insurance, but I know I'll give a plug to Habitat for Humanity. They I think, put up $250,000 that they're helping with people with not insurance and helping to rehab some houses and things too. So the help is out there. I don't know how to get in touch with Habitat. I don't know if they're going through York County as well, because we use the survey you filled out for York County, and that's where we found the people from that we were trying to help from the city side. I don't know exactly how much money is left on the city side or how far we could stretch that, but the York Habitat had $250,000. I don't know where they are in their process, but they're going to mimic the city and do the same thing. So there's help out there. Just yesterday, we talked with the lady that needed a tree cut down, and we're trying to help her as much as we can. But it's July now, and that happened in April. You had we knew 3 different groups that were here. One of them being Samaritan's Purse. York Baptist Association was here, and Pioneer Church was helping out as well, and they are gone now. Yeah. Anybody cut your tree down now, they're trying to charge you. Right. A king's ransom on top of that, and the tree she has is leaning against a tree that's alive, but it's not really supporting the weight well, and it's probably going to fall on the house. So she needs some help in that regard. But we trying to do what we can and help as many people as we can with the storm. I would like to add that in the beginning, we had some of these roofing companies that were filing insurance claims for you, and once you got the insurance claim back, they were charging max price to make sure they got the entire insurance check, and you still didn't get all the work done on your house. So I know some haven't gotten that done yet, so I wanted them to err on the side of caution and just make sure that they got the right roofing company to do their house, the gutters, and all the extra stuff that they need on their house. And because when the check runs out, now they want it out of your pocket, and they're charging rates that are just out of this world when it comes to square footage and re-roofing a house. So that was all knowledge that we found out in the beginning of how the rates have jumped or tripled when it came to the square footage of a house being re-roofed. So, yeah.
One other thing with that is we didn't get FEMA because we didn't get the federal dollars, but we did get the Small Business Association did come in, and they're offering loans, and that's up until February of 2025. Those loans are anywhere from 2.1% to 4.4%, but they're 30-year loans, and the first year you don't pay back. And actually, it's a pretty good thing. We're both councilmen have went through the system to try to see how it works. It's a lot to go through. I will tell you that.
It's tedious.
It is, but the people that know who finished, because we hadn't got through it yet, the people who have gotten to the finish line ended up with, they bought cars and their loans were 2.5, 2.3%, and they got 30 years to pay them back, so they're paying $100, $120 for a car payment. So it might be something valuable, and it's for businesses up to $500,000 and for homes. So it could be your home or it could be your property with your car. That they will take care of. Like I said, it's tedious, but if you can make it through like the other people have done, it's a reward at the end.
That's good to know. And so So if anybody, please do due diligence. I love the fact that you were saying to bring people aware that, before you just take someone, especially if you have not gotten the work done. My sister particularly, she signed a contract, the guys did the roof, but they haven't done anything else. Yeah. And so a lot of that going on. They wanted to curb and get you signed in, locked into a contract. But, and this, like I said, is new to a lot of us.
Right.
And so we want to make sure we're not taking advantage of. So do, like I said, before you, even if you have signed a contract, please seek someone for counsel on how to make sure you're not being taken advantage of. Because even when you're saying sometimes they're making the rate so high that, they put you in a bad position.
Right.
And so we definitely want you not to be taken advantage of. So now that we're moving forward, please either reach out to like someone like, who would you recommend if someone is not sure what they're dealing with, if they got a good rate or how they can get some help?
That's a great question. I looked at some of the places the contractors is predatory lending.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing as these predatory lenders. They're predatory because they came the day after the storm or the day of the storm, and they were catching you in a vulnerable state and taking advantage of you in that state. So that's predatory when you does things like that. But who are you going to suggest that they?
Maybe the neighborhood services.
Definitely.
They can guide you. They're not going to particularly tell you go with a certain person, but they can guide you because we have people that are pretty professional in what they do in that area.
And I wouldn't, Steve, I'll add, I wouldn't give them my insurance information. I would ask them for a quote.
Yes.
Because what they're doing, if they go up and inspect your house, they're going to write down a laundry list of things that you need, and then they're going to tell you that, give me your insurance information. They're going to go and file that claim for you. And the one that I had signed is that they said that if I signed that contract and then opted not to use them, I would owe them $8,000 or 10% of the value of what it costs to have the house done. So if the house would have been, more than that $1,000, I could have been paying them $1,100, $1,200, or $1,300, depending on how much it was worth. So be careful with those contracts. Be careful. Read the fine print before you sign it. I know they fast talking. They just want you to sign it and go from there. But slow down. Take a deep breath. Actually take 3. Yeah. And then calm yourself down and actually read that contract. And just tell them, look, can you give me a quote? They don't want to give you a quote. They want that what they filed, and then they want to file it on your insurance. Yeah. So they can charge your insurance these exorbitant rates and stuff. So you definitely want to take the time to read it. Slow them down.
And for those who have not even taken advantage of this time, I do want you to speak, Coach, on the fact go ahead and do it, because guess what's going to happen? These rates are going to increase anyway. Yeah. So I want you to speak to it and educate people on why they still need to go ahead and take advantage of this time.
Yeah, I took my time in filing because really we were trying to help other people, and really we were forgetting about ourselves. I don't know if that was a good thing or bad thing. One thing is we're not taken care of yet.
Right. We were serving.
But we're getting to see the things that were done wrong, and we're starting to make sure that we get those things right. I would just say, if you have not filed your insurance claim, if you have insurance, you have not filed it, file it. I know one indication, one person told me they were not going to file. They called the insurance company, and the insurance company told them to file it because it was an act of God. It wasn't anything that they did. It was an act of God, and when it was an act of God, that's nothing on you. I know some people say they don't want to do it because your insurance rate's going to go up. Most of the time, the insurance rate's going to go up anyway.
And it's overall. They've spent out too much money for them not to go up.
Yeah.
They're going to go up, whether you file or not.
Right. Yeah. So, hey, go ahead and get your roof.
Yeah.
Get all the work you can on it. And like I say, because it's going to happen. So you can't avoid that from not happening. You won't be penalized individually, but collectively we will be, increased. And so, yeah. And one thing I did know too, one of my vehicles we had a total loss, and the other one I had to do a salvage title on. So I was able to keep it and get a check. And on top of that, now that I have got a salvage title, now I will eventually have to switch insurance. So be ahead of it. Ask your insurance person to kind of give you the overall what's going to happen before you make any decision. So I'm good on asking several questions before I even make one decision. Right. So knowing that this is going to happen, where I have to switch from my insurance now we're preparing how that transition is going to be. I don't want to get a call all of a sudden now. I'm kind of a week from now got to make that decision. So just knowing all the steps before you make a decision, that's always important too. Mm-hmm. So do y'all have anything else we can help position someone to be successful in this transition? I would love for eventually us to talk about maybe having another type of forum. So we're going to be communicating, because I talked to my guy Mike Wallace, and I'm going to be reaching out to Tim Vick this week. So hopefully we may be able to have another type of forum to educate people, bring them together so we can be able to make sure you're in a position to win. So that's something I'm going to be working on. But do you have any other closing thoughts or anything in this space?
I would say this, and I've said it before, that we're so proud of this community. And, we're Rock Hill strong. We love this community. We love the city. We love the people of this city. Whenever things like this happen, this city comes together. I'll tell you this, we had, this weekend, we've had 2 fires, one right down here on Summit Street and one with Surefire Grill in Sunset Park. But the community came in to help those people. I'm going to shout out to Dale Hoyles, who got the people out of the fire on Summit Street. He ran up the street and went in there and got them to save 3 lives. Shout out to him on Facebook. But, just people of Rock Hill, we love you. And you keep doing what you're doing. Keep being Rock Hill, because we're just totally different people. We love each other unconditionally.
Right. No doubt. Well, I thank y'all for taking the time, because like I said, when you see these 2 guys together, and his third bald-head brother, you just believe something's about to happen. So I thank y'all so much for taking the time and coming out. It's a little humid out here. We all sweat a little bit. But we want y'all to continue, be the change that you want to see in your community. Don't wait for it to happen. You making things happen, and definitely know you have the opportunity to be great. Thank you again for checking in. Be great.